WorldTel presents the Wills World Cup.
Hello and welcome to Ahmedabad and to this opening match of the very exciting Wills World Cup 1996. This place is a buzz, and I can tell you that Ahmedabad is north of Bombay and is known as the city of dust. It's the textile centre of India, as in the state of Gujarat. Let's have a look at what the captains have to say.
Michael Atherton, you've won the toss for England. What are you going to do?
We're going to have a bowl this morning.
What do you make of the pitch then?
Pitch looks all right. I think there's a bit of dew around and a bit of damp. Hopefully the ball might do a bit this morning.
Okay, all the best.
Thanks very much.
And Lee, you lost the toss. You're going to have a bit of a bat.
Yeah, I don't have much luck tossing over here, do I, Smithy? Yeah, we're going to bat on it. I think preferably we would have liked to have bowled, but we have to go at some stage and score runs on it, so we might as well go up front.
And the spinning option, you've chosen Thompson ahead of Patel?
Yeah, we just think Shane at the moment gives us a few options. We didn't need to use Dipak to open the bowling today, but it was a tough call, so we've gone with Shane.
Okay, all the best.
Thanks.
I think we're in for a good day.
That is the scene around the ground here in Ahmedabad. It is really buzzing in this place. A big ground. They're talking about a crowd of in the order of 46,000. The outfield is damp for the start of play this morning. You can see a little musky around at the moment, but everyone is very tense. We're talking about the teams in particular. This is their first match. They want to get off to a good start. There is the New Zealand team. Those of you watching this telecast in New Zealand will be particularly interested to see what New Zealand have done for this first match. They're attacking openers, key in this match. Fleming, the stylish Fleming in at 3, 2s, and Chris Cairns. He's had a lot of publicity out here, and he's a really important part of this New Zealand side. Thompson in the side, Patel is not there, and Chris Harris in the side as well. Jamon is the captain and wicketkeeper. Larson, Nash and Morrison the bowlers. England, well, that's their lineup. Mike Atherton, very important to their well-being, both as a captain and in terms of the bat. Alex Stewart must get his runs quickly to offset Atherton's slowness initially. Hick, Thorpe, Fairbrother, all good one-day cricketers. Russell, he's been playing well just lately as well. Craig White in the side. Dominic Cork, a little bit of an injury cloud there, but he's out there as well. Darren Goff, he can do anything, and Peter Martin. So no De Freitas in the side. Richard Illingworth is there as well. So there it is. He's only played 8 matches, so not much experience, and no huge scores there, just 23 years of age. Very interesting to see how he goes here. I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays. He gets them in a hurry, he does. And this is the first ball of the World Cup. Here we go, Dominic Cork. Just a little bit of swing there, and left to go through to the keeper. Well, a little buzz in the ground as that first ball was bowled. That's in the air, good shot, it's way over the top, going down to the fence. Quite a hard outfield, Atherton's chasing it. Will they come back for the third? Well, that's what we've come to expect of these two openers. That's the first big hit, New Zealand 6 without loss. Got him, oh, he's dropped him. Well, he hit the outside edge and that's gone in the air, slightly at the right-hand side of Thorpe. Really should have been taken. That's an unfortunate start for England in terms of catches.
Yeah, good ball this. It just caught the batsman in two minds. He's first of all going to play defensive, and then he just pushed at it at the last minute. Just pushed a little bit there. That got it to carry to slip, and down it went.
Spearman on strike. Got him, dropped him again. I can't believe this. What is going on there, Fiery? Another one to slip, another one down. England are making it tough for themselves. They've got to get a wicket here quickly.
Well, that was an absolute cuckoo, wasn't it? It's a little drive, it just lollipopped to first slip. He could have caught it with one hand. That's the sort of thing that you're looking for as an opening bowler. Batsman trying to score off you when the ball's swinging.
Oh, he's hit that one well through the offside field. That'll go for 4. That's well played by Spearman. Smashed that one right off the meat of the bat. Right into the gap as well. Good shot. Got him, beautifully taken. Caught and bowled, a magnificent catch. That was very, very well taken. It was hit back to him very firmly, and Dominic Cork has struck for England.
Well, there's the wicket that he's got to have. I didn't think it was such a good shot, really. He never went through with it, got caught in two minds. In the end, it finished up a little bit of a firm push. He was going to drive it, then he just pushed it, and he didn't really do anything with it in the end. It didn't go back that quick. It's still a good catch, because when you're following through as a bowler, you catch it one-handed. It's a pretty good performance. So caught and ball caught. Craig Spearman out for 5. New Zealand 12 for 1.
Oh, good shot, straight down the ground for 4. What a great start for Fleming. Down the wicket he goes, that's 6, that's a magnificent shot. All the way into the crowd. Watch that white ball fly. Have a look at the 6s amongst the crowd. That's gone back 20 rows.
It's a good-looking shot. Chase for Thorpe, that's beaten him. 4 runs. It's a lovely shot through the offside. Craig White's chasing, but he won't get anywhere near it. That's beaten him to the fence by 20 metres. It's a lovely shot. Over square leg, 4 runs, 2 short from Goff. That's through the offside for 4. Illingworth can't stop the stem of runs. Gone fine, and it'll be 4 runs. 64 for 1 off 15 overs.
Darren Goff again, right arm over the wicket. He's whacked that one, that could be 6, it's over the top again, you beauty! Lovely straight hit down the ground. Ian Smith's out of his seat, lovely shot.
Well, it's brilliant stuff, Tony. The New Zealanders have really set this World Cup alight on the very first morning. A little touch of the gloves between the batsmen. Astle, he really does like to use the feet, and he's come down to Goff and said, I'm after you, and he really has got hold of him. And as you say, that's gone 4 or 5 rows back. Probably not a perfect shot in the eyes of Jeffrey Boycott, but very effective.
It's well pitched up, you don't pitch him up to him, he smashed that one away. This is a quick outfield, Atherton won't get there, it's 4. New Zealand are playing beautifully, they've settled into this World Cup and they're on their way. Oh, well bowled. So, that's the first indication of quite a lot of turn. This will go to the fence. 4 byes, I reckon. Did it flick the pad? No. All the way through, 4 byes. Now, New Zealand will be interested in this. This ball did turn.
It's a good sign for later in the day. And Jack Russell, he's been caught unaware here as well. Very, very good wicket keeper. So, if it is going to turn unpredictably, it is going to be exciting later on.
Catch it! In the air! Oh, I don't believe it! This is unbelievable, England. The captain this time has dropped the lollipop.
Well, if there's any finger pointing to be done later in the day, then Michael Atherton's going to have to point one back at himself, and this one should have been taken, Tony. It's an orthodox catch to short mid-wicket.
That's in the air, this could be out. Will he catch it? Won't he catch it? He's got him! Yes, they've caught one! A minor miracle. They've put 3 down, and Thorpe is the man who's scored it. Having dropped 2, Thorpe has caught one at last. So, that'll relieve the pressure for England. New Zealand have lost their 2nd wicket.
There'll be no happier man on the ground than Graham Thorpe to hold on to one finally. Gone very wide again, Graham Hick. A sweep shot again, but this time he didn't roll a wrist, didn't get over it, lifted it down to Thorpe. Very comfortable catch in the end. I'm sure there was a few butterflies as it came down, but he took it safely. Fleming has gone for 28, New Zealand 108 for 2.
Nicely played by Astle once again. Oh, he's dived over the top of it, and that'll go out to the fence for 4. Well, he gave it the Harbour Bridge, didn't he? Clean over the top. It's in the air. Thorpe waits, and he gets it. So that's the end of Roger 2's. England have another one.
Well, I think this was a mistake in thinking. He'd made up his mind to sweep wherever the ball was pitched, and he had to fetch it from outside off stump. When you have to fetch your ball on the sweep or the hook, it's much harder to keep the ball down. And in the end, it was a pretty simple catch, made look a bit awkward by Graham Thorpe. 17 for twos, New Zealand 141 for three.
That's a big hit. Straight back over the bowler's head. That's another six. Magnificent cricket stroke.
Well, it hasn't taken that long for Chris Cairns to get into the action. He's been struggling with a calf injury. He didn't show any signs of this. Look at the movement of the feet. We've seen Graham Hick before. Down the wicket, a little shuffle, and straight down the ground. Magnificent shot over mid-off.
He's picked that up over mid-wicket. Chase for Thorpe, he's not going to get there. 164 for three. It's off the edge, through where first slip would have been. Stewart trying to cut it off. There may be a question whether he was over the boundary there, and indeed umpire Steve Randall is asking for the third umpire to adjudicate here. Stewart was down on the boundary, the ball went very close to the rope. Was the fielder in contact with the ball while he was on the wrong side of the rope?
Well, Alex Stewart did exactly the right thing here, because he did ask the umpire to make that decision, and straight away Steve Randall is signalling for, because there's little doubt from that replay that as the hand was on the ball the second time round, the body was on the rope, and that constitutes a boundary. As for that, now Steve Randall has signalled that. Nathan Astle benefits by 2 more.
It's a good looking stroke.
Easy now, well done.
We'll take another look at it here, Bob, and we'll just confirm this on the replay. The first touch isn't the problem there. There's no doubt that there's no contact with ball and rope at this point. Here's the problem for Alex Stewart. As he reaches out to stop it, second time round, look at the body. All over the rope.
Smashing it out into the covers. A lot of work to be done here by the fieldsman. And he loses it. 4 more. Cracked by Cairns. That'll go all the way. 4 more. Bang. 1 bounce, 4 more.
Super shot was that. He's worked out Darren Goff's making the ball, if anything, angling to him, not really do anything, but just angling. And so he's playing everything from outside to on, outside off stump, over mid-on. And the shot before, the ball was into his pads, he tucked away on the onside. Doesn't usually make anything leave the right-hander, doesn't Gary Darren Goff. If anything, makes the ball go straight on.
Beautifully driven again. There is a man down at long off, Neil Fairbrother, but 11 off the over, 196 for 3. And he's got himself out. Cairns goes. Pretty soft dismissal, really. And New Zealand lose their 4th wicket.
Well, it's the first time he's not played a proper orthodox cricket shot. He set off before Richard Illingworth bowled the ball. He'd made up his mind before, and it's always a bad thing to do. Made up his mind to try and get down the pitch, give himself room, and then just slash at it. Top edge, nice easy catch. And that's a wicket given away.
198 for 4 with 9 overs remaining. And another bowling change made here by Mike Atherton. Peter Martin, who took a bit of a hammering early on, coming back for his second spell. Martin 3 overs for 25. And one of the players to get into him is still there, Nathan Astle, who's on 99. There it is, the first century of the World Cup for Nathan Astle.
Well, I'm glad he's got his 100, because he thoroughly deserved it. He played sensibly, competently. He played with a mature head on his shoulders. No outrageous shots. He well thought out his innings. Big slice of luck early on to get dropped, but as I say, that happens usually to most batsmen who make 100. At some stage you get dropped somewhere, get a real slice of luck, but he took it, and he really did play with a mature head on his shoulders.
Beautifully played by Harris. Should be cut off. No, it won't, in fact. That's a boundary for Chris Harris. Beautifully timed. And up comes the 200. Astle charging, and he's gone. So another New Zealander goes, and Astle's long innings is over. And he's gone for 101. It's now 204 for 5.
Well, you could say that was an easy ball to hit. It tempted Yorker, became a low full toss, and in trying to belt it hard for the boundary, he holed out to Graham Hick at mid-wicket, right on the edge of the circle. Just went straight into his hands, a very easy, simple catch. And they're just not making headway in these last few overs, New Zealand. Splendid 100.
And nicely placed. Fairbrother after it. Back they come for the second. This will be close. Has he got him? Yes, I think he has. He's having a look at it. This is a replay. The Sri Lankan umpire out there calling for the replay. I think that must have been very close. It was a good throw right over the bails, dragged down onto the stumps. Was he home or not? Let's have a look.
And it was certainly a big dive by Chris Harris to try and make his ground. He just pushed the ball onto the onside there, into mid-wicket. Certainly get an easy single. And as he goes for the second, it's a very good return. Did he make it? Well, I'd say he's home. Well, despairing dive. It's a good one, I think.
Said like a good New Zealander this. I want to see this again. Hang on, let's have a look. I think he might be gone. I think that's out, Richard. Sorry, mate. I think it's gone.
What, by an inch? Well.
It's all over. What a good throw that was, right over the bails, and out by an inch and a half.
Well, he certainly has been given out by the third umpire. Very tight, but there it is. Another New Zealand wicket has now fallen.
212 now for 6.
Yep.
Off the inside edge and over the top of the outstretched left hand. This England side will not be very proud of their performance in the field. That one's just cut off. It's nicely cut off by the boot of Thorpe down on the boundary, but really they shouldn't have got one.
Just talking about the fielding, yes, it has been a real mixed bag by them today, but the question is whether they've done enough with the ball, particularly that man Richard Illingworth, well, beautifully for England today. And the man there just close, or inside the circle there at fine leg. Well, he's gone right over the top of it, really. And so the man at deep backward square on the boundary didn't have a chance of cutting that off.
Oh, he's got that one in the air, but it's going into the gap. Won't reach the fence, bouncing away for 4. That is well placed. Decided to get underneath it, and he had to hit it right in between the two fieldsmen. So that 4 takes the score on to 227. Full toss in the air, got him. That's it. Oh, he's dropped it. I can't believe it. England's fielding has been atrocious. Their catching has been worse.
Well, it must be catch number 4 that's definitely gone down that I've noticed. Maybe even a little more than that. Full pitch delivery. Tried to get up in the block hole, and a bit of a miscue there. Looks like Graham Hick has put that one down. In fact, Graham Hick, he hasn't been moving too freely. We suspect he's got a bit of a leg injury.
So 239 for 6 with 1 ball to go.
6 or 4, Tony?
6.
2. I'll tell you what, the batsman, Thompson, he's got to have a real fling at it, that's for sure. Got to get bat on ball.
And that is well bowled, a slower delivery, held back by Goff. And that was very well bowled. So that's the end of the innings. And the New Zealanders, well, they'll be just a little bit disappointed that they didn't kick on to 260 odd. But having said that, I think at the start of the match, if you'd have said to New Zealand 240 odd, would you settle for that? I think they probably would have done.
Well, it's runs on the board, and that means that England have got to get to 240 to win. Not a convincing performance by England in the field. We've talked about the drop catches and 1 or 2 misfields, but a couple of their bowlers have responded pretty well. And Michael Atherton, the England captain, just might say to himself, we can get those runs. From New Zealand's point of view, Nathan Astle, outstanding performance, wonderful century from him. Very good supporting roles there from Stephen Fleming with his 28. Roger Too's there, almost a run a ball for his 17. Chris Cairns, a little bit unfortunate to get out at the time that he did from New Zealand's point of view, but hit some wonderful shots. And some good supporting roles there from Thompson and Jamon at the end. But 238 for 6 as it shows on the board. That makes New Zealand competitive. This game very much alive. England are going to have to bat pretty well to get them. There's a question now whether New Zealand are good enough in the field, certainly with their fielding and their bowling, their catching, whatever it may be, they've got to respond well.
He's bowled him. He's gone under Mike Atherton's bat and he's hit leg stump. So the perfect breakthrough for New Zealand. The Yorker, the perfect Yorker from Dion Nash. And Atherton stands out in the middle. I'm not sure what's going on here myself, Jeff, but it looked as if he was bowled to me, leg stump. Well, he has gone out. We've had the reason why he is staying out there. Of course, he's going to have to run for Graham Hick. We talked about that earlier in the over. But Michael Atherton is gone. Magnificent Yorker from Dion Nash, and England are 1 for 1.
That's well played. Beautiful shot through the covers. Don't bother running for that. Right off the middle of the bat, right into the gap, and 4 all the way. That's well played. Beautifully played. Through the gap, but cover for 4. Well, he's got that away very well. That was short and he's hit it for 4. Well, Hick is beginning to turn it on. He plays that pull shot and the cut shot very well. That was a little bit short, and he really did dispatch it well. Right off the meat of the bat for 4 down to square leg.
Yes, that looked to be the slower ball again from Chris Cairns. The off cutter, or the off break really. And he just dragged it down just a little bit too short, and really Graham Hick was able to swing through.
Oh, and there's a little bit of a mix-up again, and a direct hit. Well, he's asking for the replay. I think, judging by Stewart's reaction, he reckons he was home. And so my inclination is to say that that was probably correct. But let's have a look at the replay.
Well, you're talking about direct hits. And we'll look at that man there. Looks to be Gavin Larson. And is he or isn't he? That looks to be safe, I think, Tony. Have I got that one right?
Yes, just let's see, he's going back a bit there. Yes, I think, just let's see now, there we go. I think he's on the line. Yes, I think he's just home. Yes, it'd be very difficult to give that one. I think that he got just, mind you, the way Stewart reacted very casually, it just seemed to me that he was dead certain he was in. He wasn't in by long, that's for sure. There we are. You can see the ball just about hit the stumps on the line, and, well, I think that I think you got to call him in, and the umpire, the match, not the match referee, the third umpire, Stephen Tuvey from Holland, deciding that that exactly was the case.
Over the top goes Hick. Fieldsman coming round, but no chance. Beautifully struck, and 4 runs.
And has he got another one here? A caught and bowled. Yes, he has. The New Zealanders celebrate. Alex Stewart stands there. Another deliberation between the 2 umpires. They come together. The question here, has it carried back to the bowler? Harris is confident. And Stewart stands his ground.
Well, I thought it looked out to me. It's the impression I got. Yeah, he's given him out. The man at square leg or stood at point, the umpire said yes, it carried. And I think that was right. Nothing wrong with standing, but he just played through it. I said before, a lot of the balls just don't quite come onto you, and it needed a wicket like that where the batsman gets himself out to get New Zealand back into the game. Very good innings by Alex Stewart of 34. England 100 for 2.
He's bowled him. He's gone straight through Gavin Larson. We said he'd bowl straight, and he's gone through Graham Thorpe, and the breakthrough New Zealand dearly wanted.
Well, I don't think it bounced too high, the ball, but I don't think he'd be too pleased with the shot either. He looked to be walking into it and working it through mid-wicket. The ball pitching on and seaming away. There it is, hitting off stump, working all the way around it, just walking into it. A little bit of a struggle for Graham Thorpe. That leaves England 123 for 3.
That's a magnificent shot again from Graham Hick. I mean, nonchalantly played away. Getting quite hard to pick that ball up out there. It's going off colour a little bit. Oh, that's well fielded, and this caused a mix-up. This could be close. This will be out. He's got him. That's all over. The run out. Oh, give him out. Go on. I reckon that was out by miles. I can't understand why that requires a run out.
Well, let's have a good look at it here, Tony, because this result is so crucial to both sides, because it's going to be Graham Hick that will be run out if Michael Atherton hasn't made his ground. And there's the return. Is he short? He looks to be well short, Tony. I think your call is absolutely right. That's a good one for New Zealand.
Yes, he's out by about a metre there, a long way back. What a dreadful mix-up. So Hick has to make his way back to the pavilion with Atherton. That is the end of that. Very, very disappointing from England's point of view. 85 of 101 balls outrun out in England, 144 for 4.
Catch!
It's in the air. He should be out, and he is. Another big wicket for New Zealand as Gavin Larson strikes in his last over, and England lose their 5th.
England making life very difficult for themselves once again. The 5th wicket goes down. Jack Russell trying to hit the ball over the top. Unorthodox in method. This time it doesn't work. Too much bottom hand in the stroke. The ball goes high in the air. Simple catch. And England are now in trouble.
Danny Morrison took the catch for New Zealand. Jack Russell didn't last long today. Out for 2. It's 151 for 5. Goes after it. He's hit it very high. Cairns is waiting for it, and Cairns has it. Whitehole's out, and England lose their 6th wicket.
All credit to Shane Thompson. He's created the pressure by tying Fairbrother down, and when White came on to strike, he had to have a go, and it very nearly carried for 6. But good bowling. Cairns about 8 metres in from the rope, and he makes no mistake. White's gone. England 180 for 6.
Hold him! Morrison strikes a big blow. Fairbrother's out, and further trouble for England.
The bowling change working for New Zealand. Lee Jamon calling on his most experienced bowler, Danny Morrison, and Morrison's done the trick. He's dismissed Fairbrother, and he's dismissed him very emphatically. The off stump goes back. Fairbrother's on his way. England 185 for 7.
Well, he's had a go at that one. It's going down the ground. This is all the way. This is going to be a 6. Just what the doctor ordered. Way over the top of long on. Nicely struck down the ground.
Well, that's all it needs from England's point of view, is just get a couple of those in the bag, and that was certainly beautifully struck. And Cork using his feet nicely and getting down to the pitch of the ball, and right over long on. It's probably gone about 10 rows back. And if he can hit another couple of those, then that game changes.
Running around all over the crease, and that's through the field for 4. Beautiful strike, wandering around the crease. Decided that to go, and have a look at that. There's some determination in those eyes.
Yes, well, Dominic Cork has certainly pumped up here. Just gave himself a bit of room and just moved outside the leg stump and really hit the ball on the up. And has really pierced the man at extra cover and at mid-off. Nothing wrong with the ball. It's just good batsmanship.
So Cork on strike again. Morrison to bowl to him. Oh, he's got an inside edge, and that'll go for 4 as well. Could Cork do it for England? That was a little lucky.
You're starting to get very excited too now, Tony, aren't you? Who are you supporting, by the way?
You name it. Well, that was lucky. There's no doubt about that. You can't do much more than bowl a Yorker, and that's the net result of it so far. 1-4-4.
So this is a big over for England. And we are seeing Danny Morrison getting that ball to move in late as well.
Oh, he's got him. Yes, he's nicked it. That's the end of that. That's a big wicket for the New Zealanders. Never look at them. They are going berserk out there. A little faint nick, went screaming through to the captain, and no mistake was made.
Yes, well, it's well bowled by Dion Nash, and it's a good comeback too after being no balled. It was a marginal call as well, might I say. And he's come back and got a very valuable wicket here of Dominic Cork. Cork again looking to give himself a bit of room from the leg side to go through the offside, found the outside edge and leads him on. The captain, he's jubilant. Dion Nash, he's just as excited. So am I, Tony, to say the least. And New Zealand deserve to have England 210 for 8.
He's hit that in the air. It's going down the ground. It won't quite get there. It's got to be out. He's got him. Yes, he's hit it down the ground a bit off. That may just have carried the fence, but there was a fielder in the way. Such a fine line between being a hero and a villain.
Well, Chris Cairns certainly is the hero for New Zealand, and so is Dion Nash as Peter Martin goes trying to hit the ball to the boundary, and that's what he had to do really. He had to take the risk because ones and twos were not quite enough for England. They had to get the odd boundary. Struck it quite well. Cairns did well, moved nicely to his left there and takes a well-judged catch. So that makes England 9 wickets down for 222.
Goff has a big heave and nothing happens. No runs taken. 4 balls left. 15 runs required by England.
Well, just imagine if he had made contact with that, it could have gone about 50 rows back. All it needs is a couple of big hits from England's point of view, but I think the asking rate now is just too much. It's beyond England. They've got to get at least a couple of 4s, if not a 6 and a 4 on the next couple of deliveries to have any chance of winning this match.
Goes after it, gets just the 1 run. New Zealand will be quite happy with that. And so 3 balls left in the match. England still need 14. So they definitely need a 6. Yes, a very good performance by New Zealand. 239 for 6. Astle 101. Remember, this is after Mike Atherton won the toss and gave New Zealand the opportunity to bat first. Away it goes from Illingworth, and he gets 1 run, and that means there are 2 balls left, 13 runs, unless Danny Morrison bowls a wider or no ball. Things looking pretty comfortable now for New Zealand.
Absolutely right. I'm sure with Danny Morrison's experience, to either foot fault with a no ball or to drift one down the leg side and bowl a wide, you'd know better than that. So what he needs to do is just do everything right, get it on target, and the batsmen just have too much work to do.
New Zealand started the 1992 World Cup in Auckland with a win over Australia and almost went all the way.
Well, they're valuable points, aren't they? To get them in the bank first game, it just means that the other teams are chasing you all the time. And as we have made mention on numerous occasions, it has been a very good all-round performance by New Zealand today.
Goff has to go for this, head up, and he's got to get 1. He might even consider a second, but not really to Cairns, not worth it. And so the last ball of the match will be bowled by Danny Morrison, and England at the moment a 12 runs short of victory. So New Zealand will take the points here in Ahmedabad. Nathan Astle, a big player for New Zealand, 101, a couple of useful overs, but won't England rue those 4 drop catches, one of which was Astle when he was on just 1. Lovely little innings today too from Chris Cairns. Last ball of the match. Illingworth has a big heave and it goes through to the keeper, and New Zealand have won the opening match of the Wills World Cup for 1996. Excellent performance by the New Zealanders, who scored 239 for 6. England came up short and finished at 228 for the loss of 9. Jubilation amongst the New Zealanders, and they've started the World Cup from their point of view in the right manner.
Well, England had their chances, and they will rue the fact, Grant, that they did drop those catches and allowed New Zealand to get to 239. New Zealand at one stage, well, they might have thought they could have got to 260 themselves, but had England performed better in the field, they may have restricted New Zealand to around about the 200 mark to go on and win the match. Well, New Zealand have done it in some style today. Nathan Astle, I'm sure he'll be named man of the match with his century. A wonderful performance from him. Very good supporting roles from Chris Cairns. The New Zealand bowling, I think, generally was of a very, very good standard. I think all the players complemented each other out there, and I think with all the problems that New Zealand cricket has had over the last few years, we are seeing the re-emergence of this young New Zealand side that is relatively inexperienced coming to the fore again. They are playing with pride, they are playing with passion, they're enjoying their cricket, they're supporting each other, and we've seen some very good individual performance, and really it's been a performance that they've deserved to win this game today. England, I think, will have a lot of work to do to resurrect their form in this particular competition. Their fielding was mediocre, their bowling at times was average, and with the injury to Graham Hick, that could be a problem for them as far as their future development is concerned.
So there we are, there's the situation. New Zealand after 50 overs, after Atherton won the toss, perhaps a little surprisingly, decided to bowl first. New Zealand 239 for 6, some very good batting. Nathan Astle once again his third one-day international century for New Zealand, all scored this season. Chris Cairns a very quick 36, a cultured 28 from Stephen Fleming, and the best bowlers, the two spinners for England, Hick and Illingworth. Cork bowled well too, and England appeared to be really cruising at one stage. Second wicket partnership between Stewart and Hick, but once Hick was run out, that was trouble for England. Hick finished with 85, Fairbrother 36, Stewart 34. And Dion Nash, a real return to form today for Dion Nash, 3 for 26. Larson 2 for 33 off his 10 overs. And Danny Morrison, expensive in 1 over, but bowled well at the death and finished with 1 for 38. The win for New Zealand by 11 runs.